Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Muhammad Rifky Ramadhan Lubis. Today I'm gonna present to you the poem analysis about Losing Battle by Kamala. Now we're gonna give to you straight to the introduction. A Losing Battle is one of the Kamala's shortest English poems. This poem can be considered as a metaphorical poem. Probably the poem reminds a reader of the famous line of Shakespeare's tragedy Hamlet, "Frailty thy name is woman," where Shakespeare points towards the weakness in the character and moral worthiness of a woman. Kamala creates such an attempt in A Losing Battle that men are also morally corrupt and worthless. They can be easily lured into a trap. The poem creates a theme, which is the image of the failure of love due to the power of lust and how the interiority can dominate spirituality. In this poem, I analyzed by examining its morphological, lexical level, semantic level, and the graphological level. In the next slide, I'm gonna show you the poem. Sorry. A Losing Battle. How can my love hold him when the other flows and gaudy lust and is leoness to his beast? Men are worthless. To trap them, use the cheapest bait of all. But never love, which in woman must mean tears and a silence in the blood. Now I'm gonna give you the analysis. First, the analysis about the graphological level. The poem A Losing Battle consists of one stanza in the 6 lines. It sounds to be 2 long sentences in 6 lines. The first sentences end up with a question mark, and in the middle of the third line and before it, there is no punctuation mark. The second sentence finishes up with 1 period in the last stanza and 3 commas in the second sentences. As a modern writer, Kamala does break the rules of punctuation, lines arrangement, and she is making use of graphological deviations. She avoided applying conventional grammars. She avoided either the regular way of punctuation or inventing her styles of punctuation. It conveys a sense that Kamala thus breaks the rules of the male society through her poem and portrays men weakly in this poem. As the sentence "men are worthless" is in the center of the third lines and the whole of the poem as well. It is a sign that the poet emphasizes the theme of her poem. The second is the morphological level. The poem consists of free morphemes and bone morphemes. The free morphemes involve the lexical and the functional morphemes. Lexical morphemes employed in these poems are love, hold, flounce, gaudy, lust, lioness, beast, man, worthless, traps, line, cheapest, woman, means, tears, silence, and blood. The functional morphemes are a, and, but, of, the, to, and in. The bone morphemes are how, him, a, and, to, his, them, of, but, never, which, in, and must. The bone morphemes usually are classified into the inflectional and derivational morphemes. The inflectional morphemes are plurals in flounce and tears, nest in lioness, less in worthless, and ease in the cheapest. And by the way, I can find the derivational morphemes in these forms. And the abundant use of the free morphemes might be freedoms of the poetry from chains and the rules of the poem as well. The third is semantic level. In A Losing Battle, thus portrays the conflict between love and lust, men and women as well. The poet observes how lust can defeat love because it's gaudy and powerful as a lion in this poet. Few men are worthless as the beast that woman can trap them with cheapest bait, like some womanish act as tears and the silence easily. Kamala does believe men don't understand love, therefore love is loses. The fourth is lexical level. The lexical level is the major word used in this poem are nouns such as leoness, beast, bait, tears, silence, blood, and blood. The noun figures out of battle between men and women and establishes the situation of battle. In the setting as well, the verbs indicate the action in the relation between men and women, such as his flown, trap, use, love, mean. There are three adjectives: gaudy, worthless, and cheapest. The first one's other is not related to whom exactly, men or women, or might be both, while the second two adjectives are related to men and describe the prerogatively. And the conclusion: A Losing Battle is a metaphoric brief poem that explains, interpreted, and analyzes diverse fields. The analysis is used for understanding the content, form, and inner meaning of the poem. This also gives the stylistic devices used in the short poems boost in the message of the poem. It can be considered by stating the stylistic devices play a very momentous role in helping the readers seize the meaning and message that the poem conveys. Thank you. And in the next slide, I'm gonna show you the tables that consist the part of speech in this poem. I think that's enough my explanations about the analysis of A Losing Battle poem by Kamala Das. Thank you. And if there is something wrong with this analysis, I'm so sorry. Once again, thank you and good evening.